Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And his first pass is incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 23 yards on the play. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit, trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
This is Coleman. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Grady Jarrett with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan. Hard throw, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons called on Matt Bryant. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Throwing
on first is Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Wide open receiver complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Breida, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
54, good. Ready, 25, 21.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That burst good for 20. First down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Ryan. It's a foot race. 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
54, Sam.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Connects with Sanu right side. Give him 30 yards there.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, here's Freeman. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And a short gain here, down to the 22. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
13.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, we got a second here to look back to week one. A handful of nice road wins. The biggest surprise, no doubt, CD. How about Tampa Bay winning at New Orleans?
Yeah, that was a big one because I'm not sure how many people really expected that. We looked at the schedule in preseason and thought, oh, my God, for Tampa. At New Orleans, at home for Philadelphia, home for Pittsburgh. I figured an 0-3 start. If they won one of them, it would be great. Well, they got it on Sunday, winning at New Orleans. Washington at Arizona, Cincinnati at Indianapolis, Kansas City at the Chargers. All of them had big wins in week one. But didn't you think Chicago was going to pull it out?
Oh, that was going to be a stunner. And if Chicago and the Saints had won, some elimination pools wouldn't have had many people left.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers showed up, and poor Chicago went home with an L.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 20. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Derek Shelby takes him down. They're down here in the third quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Garoppolo to throw on third and long. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
11. Wait. 6.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one. Here in this third quarter.
Looks to throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the Niners move the chains as Garoppolo hooks up with Taylor.
Hey, gun. 11.
Garoppolo now, escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Vic Beasley in there to get him for a loss of 5. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Switching gears for a second, because you and I were talking earlier, we had some odd games in Week 1. I don't think anything, though, takes the cake quite like that game in Miami. How about that lightning delay? Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida and it's not a dome,
good luck.
You've got a chance of this happening, right? It happened in Tampa a couple of seasons ago, maybe a couple of times if I remember correctly. This game wound up taking 7 hours and 8 minutes to finish when all was said and done. Normally we do a game in 3.5 or less. That's unbelievable. So great stamina for the fans, great stamina for the players. And how about our colleagues in the announce booth? Great stamina for them as well.
Indeed. Longest game in NFL history. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back 25.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Freeman the 1st down and more. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 81 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Being chased out left.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, CD, looking back to last week, one interesting thing certainly was that tie between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You know, that was the first Week 1 tie since 1971.
Yeah, I think our research told us that the Broncos and Dolphins tied 10-10. And remember, overtime was instituted by the NFL starting with the 1974 season. So this is unbelievable, those two teams tied. Cleveland was +5 in turnover margin, had their chances, and got a field goal block down the stretch that would have won the game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had a field goal late in OT too, and they missed it wide left.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
White. 12.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
11.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle. Complete. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. To throw is Garoppolo. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. On 1st down, Garoppolo. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It's a quarterback sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, what a move. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Tuesday. 54, south. Gun.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready, blue 80. Gun.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And no, it's incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Making the tackle, Keith Tandy. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. They run again with Breida. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. He's back to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Flush to his right. He dumps off to Morris. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
11. Go ahead. 11.
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Like 80! 80! 12. 11.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. To throw is Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here.